Hey everyone, welcome back to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones-Cooper, and today we're joined by the one, the only, Niecy Nash, star of the dark and wickedly funny show Claws. It follows the rise of 5 diverse and treacherous manicurists who are good women caught up with some pretty bad guys. Niecy's here to talk about the gritty and hilarious second season, but first, let's check out a clip.
No, I prefer pollen. They got a lobster omelet that is to die for.
Well, that's too damn bad, because your ass is going to be at Novus at 9 a.m.
You know, Dad, something tells me you're getting off on how shit's turned out.
Welcome to the new normal. The Russians got y'all by the short hairs, okay? Y'all pull up, or Reva's going to take you out. So y'all will be at the clinic first thing in the morning to turn this shit around. Are we clear? Good. Because I got some other shit I could be doing right now.
Guys, keep it going for Niecy Nash.
Turn it around!
She does not play.
Nope.
She does not play. And I would imagine after what she went through in the first season, that second season, she's going to be guns blazing.
Well, you know, season 1, Desna was desperately trying to get out from underneath the thumb of the Dixie Mafia. In season 2, she is leaning all the way in.
You kind of have to at this point.
Things done changed.
Right. So wait, before we even get into the show, I gotta look at your nails because the show is called Claws. I tried today a little bit. I put a little sparkly on.
Oh, I
did it myself, but let me see yours because the nails are always done.
Yeah, this is an ode to Louboutin because I have a little red underneath.
Oh.
Sparkle in the front, red under the bottom.
Were you a nail girl before Claws?
I definitely was a nail girl. I've been getting my nails done probably since I was about 13. So I was a nail girl for real. But Desna, I think, takes it to a whole nother level. Yeah.
Do you have a whole new respect then for that industry? Because the things, I think in the first season, they did the competition where they were doing like female leaders on their nails and diamonds and rhinestones.
Well, you know, they made us go to nail school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so we had to learn how to do nails. I had to learn how to thread eyebrows. I did acrylics, designs, all that good stuff.
So if this acting thing doesn't work out.
Thank you.
If this acting thing doesn't work out, then you got a whole second career.
Listen, if every nail place in the world was closed down for some random reason, the women of Claws could hold you down. That's a fact. We ready.
I love that. So the show is called Claws. Nails are sort of the baseline, but it is so much more than just nails. So for somebody who hasn't seen the show, what is sort of the theme of it?
Well, the first part, when you say claws, it is about nails, but it's also about women trying to claw their way to the top. And it is about women taking their place. I'm not even going to say their place. Women taking over an industry that was primarily dominated by men. You know, we service our nail clients by day, and we launder money and sell drugs by night.
But she's sort of a hesitant criminal, right? In the first
She
season.
is reluctant, you know, and, you know, we have all, most women in this room, been in a situation where we dated a bad boy and it did not go well. You know what I mean? Either your credit got messed up, your heart was broken, you just gonna leave me with this baby? You know, whatever the trappings are that come from dating a bad boy. And because Desna was dating a bad boy, she got into a tough situation and she thought, maybe I could get in this real quick, make some money to take care of my friends and my family, and then I could get out. But she was too good at it. And they were like, nah, ma, you can't go nowhere, girl.
And Roller is the guy that you're talking about, the man that sort of gets her into it.
Yes.
He is a trap, though. He's so hot. He might make me make some bad decisions, too.
Well, you know, I get it.
Right.
I get it, because even though he's a bad boy on the show, so many people in social media are like, oh my God, he's so hot. Oh my God, I want you to get back together with him. And I'm like, do y'all see how he is? And they're like, but he fine.
Like, he straight up tried to kill Desna last season, but it's still like, give him a second chance.
I know. I'm like, what is going on?
It's funny, though. The show is so serious and the drama, but it's also really funny. How do you toe that balance? Because the show really does it perfectly, and that's a struggle for a lot of other programs.
I feel like the writers on the show have that part nailed down, specifically our creator, Elliot Lawrence. In the tone and the texture, there's always something a little weird, a little Florida noir, you know, a little, well, our show takes place in Palmetto, which we lovingly call Palm Ghetto. So there's always a little something baked in where you just are like, these people are crazy.
Right. They are.
Yeah.
And the cast of women is...
Let's talk about the ladies.
The women on this show, one, I don't know what they're like as real people, but I know as actors, they're just like some of the best. I've seen them work in some of the best, shows around. And then the characters are so quirky and funny, and I would have never thought I'd meet somebody like Polly. And I love Polly.
Well, I'll tell you, this season, you get to find out what's behind what's behind the mask with her character. You get to find out a little bit more of Quiet Ann's backstory. For those of you who watch, but you don't got the names right, this is Polly up here at the top with the glasses on, and that's Quiet Ann right there, played by Judy Reyes. And you get to find you get to peek behind the veil of their characters and see what has happened to make them and bring them to this point in the story.
I love that because Quiet Ann is so mysterious. I'm interested to see why she's so quiet because I'm sure she's been through some stuff. Right. So second season, you mentioned that Desna gets a little more confident in her criminal skills.
Yes.
What else can you tell us about season 2? Because I know we don't want any spoilers, but...
Well, I can tell you that season 2, I have a new mentor. Okay. I like your head snap. You was like, what? I have a new Russian mentor who puts me on a fast track to becoming a queen pin. Okay. Yeah, she's like, I'm playing 0 games. Come here and let me show you how to do this.
Is it the Russian lady from the first season?
Is it?
I think so, maybe.
Somebody better,
she was kind of
somebody better tune in June 10th to figure it out.
I'm in. Okay. I need to know. I need to know what happens. But it is, what else about Jen? What's her name? No, that's not her name.
No, this is Jen.
Yeah, that's Jen.
Jen, yeah, her real name is Jennifer, and her character's name is Jen. Yeah, she has some interesting life choices to make this season. So does Virginia, played by Karrueche Tran. You get to see, it's almost like each woman gives you a little more insight into what's happening. You really get to see her, Jen's extended family, so that'll be interesting. And then with regards to Virginia, little Miss Hot to Trot, she is always up to something. And you know she ended up dating my brother, played by Harold Perrineau, last season. So you'll get to see, what happened as a result of them starting to date.
Right. And I love Harold's character, Dean. He's so sweet. And I love, he's on the autism spectrum. So he's in the mix, but he's always kind of in his own world a little bit. But I do love last season when things were kind of like popping off at the end. And he was like, why do you always make bad decisions? Like he was still with enough to be like, Desna, come on.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
I know. And that's the relationship that's heartbreaking because it's the people who you want to love and protect the most that your decisions end up affecting. And it's like, I'm doing the bad thing for a good reason. And it's like, knock it off. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not there for it.
So you've been acting for a very long time. You've had
over 20 years.
A lot of amazing roles. This is your first lead, right? This is you're the protagonist.
First time being a lead.
Right.
Yes.
Clap for that. And not only you're the lead, you've got this amazing cast of women.
Yeah.
So what does it mean for you personally just to be a part of this project?
What I love the most about being a part of this cast is that the majority of these girls here are all women of a certain age, if you know what I'm saying. Right, we didn't just arrive last night. We've been around the block 2 or 3 times. And we're real women. We play women who are not a size 2, who eat on camera, who, have complicated relationships. And I just love that right at this point in time, you see a show about women coming together, and that even though we may have challenges with one another, we love each other, and we're trying to figure it out together.
That sisterhood feeling is really strong throughout, which is something that really drew me to it, because I have a group of girlfriends, and you feel that way, like even when they do you wrong, you're still gonna come back and be there for them, and these women exemplify that.
For sure. And I love the fact that our cast is so diverse. You know what I mean? But it doesn't feel forced. Do you believe that all of these women could be friends? So it works.
Yeah. So it's a diverse cast female leads, and it's the #1 show in that 18 to 49 demo on TNT.
Come on,
right?
somebody.
Come on. Women are
Hey.
it. Women are it. And we can't talk about clothes without talking about the wardrobe. You mentioned it a little bit. Your last project, Getting On, was the complete opposite, right?
Oh my God, I don't know if y'all watch Getting On HBO, but it was basically come to work in a sack and look like a slave. I mean, it was basically you get no glamorous hair, no glamorous makeup. You bet not have on a spank underneath those scrubs. I mean, and then they make you stand under the worst lighting God has ever created, and they go, and now act.
Right.
And you like, but you can see my real skin and everything. I mean, it was so different.
Right.
Like roll up to work 5 minutes before you got to be there because you don't got to do nothing but put scrubs on. I comb my hair myself every day. Like it was crazy. Then you come on a show like this where everything is shiny and big and bold and bright. And my God, those jumpsuits I wear are skin tight. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I mean, and then you're gonna make us film it in Louisiana where they got the best food in the world. And you think I can still fit this dang on thing? You know, we're right now going back and doing reshoots from some episode I wore when I first got there 6 months ago. I'm like, girl, I can't fit this. What?
And it's hot.
And it's hot. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
So do you have a preference then?
Oh,
Those are two extremes.
Of what?
Either like no hair and makeup or just like full glam.
Listen, I'm always gonna choose to be dusted. Okay? I like to look shiny. Okay. So you know, when you get home, you still, got a little gloss on you. It's like, yeah, no, that's cute.
Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So we've done Reno 911, Claws, not American. Yeah.
No,
Scream Queens. Yes.
Yep.
So we've had all these different roles, and we've
Yeah.
gotten to see so many different sides of Niecy now, and I love that. Is there a specific role that you want to do next? Is there something different that you're looking forward to doing?
Next, in terms of role, I don't know about that, but in terms of what else I would want to do in the industry, I want to move behind the camera. Yeah. I want to move into directing. Okay. So we'll see what happens. But I could look like a slave. I could put on my big baggy thing and sit back there, and then I don't have to worry about my hair, my makeup. I don't have to be in 45 Spanx. Right.
I have a fanny pack, just
all of it, letting the good times roll. I better not be good at it because it's gonna be a problem.
Is there like a specific genre that you would like to direct?
Mm-mm.
Anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned backstage we were talking that your kids are also going into the industry.
All of my children want to be actors, and it's like, it's crazy because when I told my mama, I'm like, oh, all I want to do in the world is be an actress. And my mother was like, baby, you kind-hearted. You should go into nursing. And I just begrudged that so much. I was like, now I got to go clean out bedpans because you don't believe what God told me to do with my life. So when she circled back around when I got Getting On and I played Nurse Dee Dee, I always knew you'd make a wonderful nurse. I'm like, that's make-believe. I'm not really a nurse. So with my children, and I see them leaning in, there is that part of you that says, it is so hard. It is so, it can challenge you. It can make you weary in well-doing. You too thick, you too thin, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. You are constantly being judged. And as a parent, you want to protect them from that. Just go do something, baby, where as long as you got your name on a piece of paper, you can get a job. But if you have to stand up there and they write that, like I go and audition for something, she has a lovely face, but do you think we could ask her to lose weight? And I'm like, I can hear you. I'm right here. So you don't want them in the rejection of wanting something really bad, and then you don't get it, and they give it to somebody else, and then you at home watching them do the lines you memorize, like, with your bottom lip trembling. So it's a hard business. So I wasn't like, oh my God, yay, great, we're all gonna be actors. But I just was like, well, you know what? Do your thing. Do your thing. But in my heart, I was like, ugh, I wouldn't sign you up for this because you have to have such a strong constitution to ride it out.
Do you think there will be any projects where you work with your kids?
Well, actually, season 2 of Claws, my youngest daughter booked a job playing young Desna. So the baby will play young Desna this season. You'll get to see me as a kid through my own child.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. And, you mentioned your career and how difficult parts of it have been, but you're about to have a huge honor. And in July, your own star on the Walk of Fame, right?
Whew,
Right?
yes.
I mean,
Y'all ain't gonna make me cry. Knock it off.
so when you look back at being discouraged and all those moments, and then you're gonna have just, I would say, one of the highest honors in the industry. Can you even process that?
What I can tell you is that, and what I encourage you all to do, is to speak the things you want into existence. Because I was 9 years old on Hollywood Boulevard with my daddy, and I said, my name is gonna be on the ground right here. I'm gonna have a star right here. So when people say, am I surprised I got it? No, I'm not. Am I grateful? Absolutely. But saying what you want, and some people fear that. They fear, like, I don't know, is that too big? Is it too, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you better name it and claim it. You better blab it and grab it. We got things to do in these streets. And if that's whatever it is you want, you have to continue to speak it out of your mouth so that it can manifest in your life.
So who's gonna be with you that day?
Who's gonna be with me that day? Well, my man better be there.
Yep. 7 years, right?
Yes. My man, my mama, my kids, my daddy, my in-laws, my outlaws. I want all of them there. Everybody, come on. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of my friends in the industry, a lot of my cast members from different shows will be there. Yeah.
I like that you mentioned family first because they've been with you through all this.
Are you kidding
right?
me?
Yeah.
Through all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. Congratulations on that again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So before we get out of here, we're going to go back to nails, because why not? Today, there's a Claws Up mobile manicure shop up at Herald Square, right? And I think you were there earlier.
I was there earlier today, but let me tell you something. You guys, go by there. My girlfriend, who's also named Niecy, was there today, too. I see you, boo. But, and they're doing manis and different things over there, letting you meet with different women who are bosses in their own right, doing motivational talks and inspiring folks. So it's a good time to be had over there.
Can I get nails like that, though? Like good nails?
You
Not
can-
these. I mean, look, I need something better.
I
than
got
this.
you.
Okay, please. I need help.
I got you.
I need help.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's now a good time to go to the audience for some questions. Who's got the mic? Oh, right there.
Hey, Niecy. I've had a crush on you since Reno 911.
You had a crush on me.
Yeah, so it's been my big dream to meet you. But I want to know, out of all the roles you've had, what's been your most challenging one?
I would probably have to say the most challenging. It's a double dip because anything I haven't done before is going to be a challenge. So like when I did Reno 911 and I had never done improv and I didn't even know what sketch was. I had never heard of any of it. So when I showed up to it, I was like, I got to get baptized into this real quick because I don't even know what it is. Because I kind of lied my way into the audition. You know how you put stuff on your resume like, and I could do, I speak 6 languages. And then the next thing you know, they show up and they're like, oh, yes, this woman is Cantonese. Can you come in? And you like, So I lied my way and said I knew how to do all this stuff that I had never done. So when I got there, I had to learn it real quick. And then when I did Getting On, nobody ever let me do drama. They were like, oh, no, dear, you're funny. Stay over in that lane. And I was like, but can I try that? I mean, can I get over here and, cry and fall out and, make people feel something other than laughter? They were like, no. So when I finally got that job, because it was a muscle that I hadn't been able to exercise in being in the business 20 years, it was heightened. I wanted to make sure, am I doing this right? Is the tone right? Am I, you know what I mean? Until I could get it baked into my DNA real good. So, yeah, all the new stuff, When I was a dancing star, oh, my God. I hadn't been in the leotard since I was in the 3rd grade. And they were like, put on these sequins and these eyelashes. Get out there. And I was like, everything I did looked like the Charleston. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So anything that's new is a challenge.
It's
Yeah.
so funny that drama wasn't your background because you act your ass off in claws. The way that you could cry, I was like, it's so, I don't know, it seems so natural. So that's,
I've been through a lot of
Yeah.
hard times. People think that when they see you on TV that you're living a charmed life, and that's absolutely not true. You're not exempt from hurt, from heartache, from pain. And so it's not that far away. I mean, I made a living for a long time being funny, but I used to laugh to keep from crying. You know what I mean? It's like the tears of a clown. Like you going through it, but you got to pull up. Why? Because you want to eat. Huh? I'm going to get a check after this? Okay, I'm ready.
food is good.
That part.
One more question?
Hi.
Hi.
So, now, since you're playing a lead now, do you feel more pressure on this show than compared to like other shows that you've done? And with the second season, do you feel more comfortable with your character now?
You know what? First of all, yes. And second of all, yes. Because the first season, you know, let me just keep it 100 with y'all. If you are African American and you're the lead of a show and it fails, it will take approximately 4 to 5 years before you could get another lead of a show. So the first season, I was paranoid. I was just double and triple checking everything because I needed it to go perfect. Second season, I could let my shoulders down a little bit. And I'm like, okay, we got a second season. That means that they know I can carry a show. You know, check. We got that part done. And now I can lean in a little more to the work in a way that, you know, I wasn't able to do first season. Well, because I had so much on my plate first season. So second season, I'm a lot more comfortable. And, you know, so yes and yes.
And one last question before we go.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
What's happening, Tuds?
Girl, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm living for your
Thank you, best
Louboutin.
friend.
Hey, well,
He finna. He finna.
So, my first time seeing you, you were Bernie Mac's sister on his show.
Bonita.
Yes.
Auntie Bonita.
Auntie Benita. What I was gonna ask was basically back like then, or even now to this day, whenever you're going through it and you're trying to like fight for what you want, what pushes you?
You know, I guess I would have to say I believe that I was called to do something with my life. And I don't think that I was called to do it to fail. So the push is to always maintain a sense of gratitude, but to always push towards the promise. And even if I get stuck somewhere, I take baby steps, because baby steps moving forward is still progress. You know what I mean? So I just never stop going because it's not an option. I mean, I used to go to auditions and cry all the way there. I mean, because I had a fight with my ex-husband, and now I got to go be funny, and I'm on the freeway like, But once I get there, I wipe my face up. You know what I'm saying? Pull that spank up and walk in there and go get after it, because the 3 words that I was living by during that time and still today is no matter what. I used to have to take all 3 of my kids to an audition. I was the only one dragging kids up in there. But what was I going to do? Put them in the corner and make it look like a dang on preschool, right? You get the cracker, get a baby to bye-bye, you get your coloring book out, and if that director come out there, you smile pretty. Because why? It's the no matter what of it all. And that's just the place that I live in. I believe what God told me when he called me to be an actor. And an actor is my do. That's my job. But my who is to be of service. So I've never gotten a job and not gotten somebody else a job. You know, you show up to work and that's your job, but your assignment is to be of service to humanity in some way. And I just try to stay present to that as much as I can.
Sounds like your motivation comes from inside, which is like the most important place, I think.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
doing the work on yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Niecy, I could talk to you for another hour, but I'm going to let you go. But guys,
Okay.
make sure you check out season 2 of Claws. Debuts June 10th
Yes, it does.
on TNT at 9/8 Central. Give it up for Niecy.
Thank you.